Good day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we've been doing perfectly alright. Yes, I will delve straight to what has been disturbing the political scene. Now, before President Tinubu jetted out for the United Arab Emirates, he presented a supplementary budget and a proposed 2024 budget. Alright, now there were lots of numbers talking about cash amounts of money to be spent on various parastatals and sectors included in this budget of 2024. Now, there were lots of, in as much as few corrections were made by the two chambers, the House of Representatives and the House of Senate. There were attentions were drawn to different unacceptable and let's say extravagant expenditure that was seen in this proposed budget of 2024. So the baseline for today's expose will be how Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his chief of staff Femi Gbajamiamila plan to spend billions of naira on personal needs, all from the proposed budget of 2024. Why are we saying this? In this budget, there was a proposed amount of money close to, I think, close to 10 billion naira for the renovation of the official house of the chief of staff. Where does this happen? There was another provision in that budget of, I think, up to $15 million, okay, for the renovation of the house, of the official house of the vice president. These things are extravagant, and that is the aim while this expose is coming straight to your doorstep. So if you don't strip them out of, or if you don't strip them off this spirit of extravagancy or spending without accounting for it, then we might end up being nowhere at the end or at the tail end in 2026, because from now till 2026, I think the truth is, or let me say from now till 2027, the president, the way he's spending with his cabinet, I don't think Nigeria would have anything to remain when the next 4 years comes. It has been discovered that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's chief of staff, Femi Gbajamiamila, is expected to get a total allocation of 21 billion naira in next year's budget estimate presented to the National Assembly by the president last month. A breakdown of the proposed figure, however, shows that Mr. Gbajamiamila proposed 104 million naira for the purchase of computers and printers for local travel and transport for international training. The Chief of Staff's office plans to spend 579 million naira, while miscellaneous is expected to gulp 103 million naira. A further breakdown of the proposed budgetary allocations shows that the reconstruction and repair of the Chief of Staff's official residence is to get 10 billion naira. Computer software purchase is expected to gulp about 10.1 billion naira, and 290 million naira is the allocation for purchase of vehicles. Last week, there were reports from our sources that Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a budget of 27.50 trillion naira for 2024 running to both chambers of the National Assembly. The budget had been approved by both the Senate and the House of Representatives, with minor changes to some sectoral allocations. The budget presentation made in a live session of the House chamber requested budgetary approval of a total spending plan that included 1.78 million barrels per day of crude oil, a borrowing plan of 7.8 trillion naira, and an exchange rate of 700 naira to the US dollar. Welcome back. That was the expose there. Femi Gbajamiamila's official house, as the chief of staff of the president, would have over 10 billion naira to be spent on renovation and other incoherent expenditure that we are seeing in that expose. Why will you spend over 275 million or so on cars, and then computers will have like 500 million? Look at how funds are being spent without even being accounting for it. All right, you just came, you saw money. What happened to the money you had? What happened to the life you were living before you got that appointment? At this time, are you supposed to improve your life? Or is it because it's stipulated in the budget that the house of the chief of staff must be renovated? Can't you stay like that for now? Because Nigeria is at a trying time economically. Can't you just spend, wisely? Manage your residence, all right? Retain your residence, stay there. Of course, it's very comfortable. Not that there are water, or there is water, or there is wind or sand leaking in somewhere, all right? These houses are very comfortable for these people, but you just want to launder money under the pretext of renovation of your official house or residence, then kaboom, billions of naira is being jetted out because it has been stipulated in the budget. This is corruption at its high peak or highest peak. I don't know why it should be like that, because I don't know who needs to hear this, but they need to be called to order, okay? Still, on the proposed budget of 2024, according to reports, the official residence of the vice president was supposed to cost 15 billion naira. That is a whooping sum of $15 million to renovate. Please, for the records, to renovate. Now, this is quite outrageous and very extravagant, all right? Now, I have a senator, obviously a supporter of Bola Tinubu, Senator Jimo Ibrahim from Ondo State. I want you to listen to and watch his reaction to the extravagant spending or expenditure of the federal government. When you listen to his reaction, then when after the video, I will tell you why I feel he's reacting like this and what should be done instead of this reaction of his. Please stay tuned.
What about the frivolities that are going to be sponsored and funded in those budgets? The exorbitant amount that is going to be spent.
Like what?
The billions of naira that is proposed to be spent on the residence of the vice president. The amount of money that is going to be spent in funding refreshment, in funding vehicles.
Just a minute. The vice president, Wike said he want to spend $15 billion. 15 billion naira. That is $15 million. That is $15 million.
In Nigeria today.
Let me tell you, is the house belonging to the vice president as a person? Or belongs to Nigeria?
But can Nigeria afford
If Nigeria cannot develop its own asset, forget about it.
It's an austere situation that we have. When we have more money,
situation,
we can spend.
You don't
but we do not have the money. We are borrowing money, servicing debt for 8 trillion.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. Senator Jimo Ibrahim there from Ondo State. He's a partisan. That is why he's reacting like that. He has he's in the government and he has eaten more than he expected to eat at this time. So he has to support the motion without with no equivocation whatsoever. All right. So I don't know why 15 billion naira will be spent on the renovation of the vice president's residence, official residence. All right. He had a house in Abuja before he became president. He became vice president. So why all this? Even if fine, why don't you pack into the house Osibanjo left? what is irregular about the house? All right. So we are still talking about what happened in the last expose, but the reaction of Jimo Ibrahim is absurd. All right. He's vehemently, or he's let's say, obviously he's corrupt and he's part of the corrupt system eating up Nigeria and its economy that has not been able to stand for a long while now. So people like Senator Jimo Ibrahim should be taken out of their positions and given a seat somewhere to watch how righteous people or how capable people, unfold, various systems of governance. Not this eyesore we are seeing from President Bola Tinubu, Kashim Shettima, and his cabinet members, of which I feel Jimo Ibrahim will support anytime, any day. Finally, on the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, the vice president and president respectively, under the Muslim ticket from the All Progressive Congress, this over time has caused lots of controversy amongst Nigerians because of the stipulated religion stated for the emergence of the president and vice president, according to the Electoral Act and according to the way it has been done traditionally, all right? Now, the truth remains that aside this controversy, somebody from the north, Professor Usman Yusuf, who is a public policy expert, he feels from his analysis that Muslim clerics from the north, both north central and northeast and northwest, have sold a fraudulent Muslim ticket by endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. This same ticket is the ticket of the same people that want to bring Nigeria to extinction at this point in time. That is the main point, or that is the main reason why Professor Usman Yusuf is, faulting the Muslim ticket that brought about the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. Please stay tuned.
That's why I'm saying the optics are very bad for the military. Very, very bad. The Muslim clerics in the north came and sold this fraudulent Muslim ticket, and we have Muslim vice president, Muslim president. Our people in the north are saying, well, you are killing Muslims. You are inflicting a lot more pain on Muslims. You close the border along all seven northern states because of you want to go to war with Niger. You are inflicting pain on top of that. Now you are killing Muslims. And look at the military hierarchy. People are being mischievous. Look at the operational military hierarchy and look at their religion. They need to be very careful. The military needs to be very careful and start doing damage control fast. Meeting community leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and stop issuing these annoying, stupid statements from DHQ.
So, I mean, Professor Usman Yusuf, you have a lot of experience, not just in terms of public policy, but certainly in terms of issues that are related to security. I mean, you worked with the former Chief of Defense Staff, Secretary to the committee that negotiated the release of the last batch of hostages. What is the solution to this security crisis, not just in the north, but in other parts of Nigeria as well, such as the southeast? Is it necessarily political and not military? What would your recommendations be?
I have said it time and time again. All these major three conflicts you have in Nigeria, from banditry in the northwest and the north central, now is going to the northeast, to Boko Haram, to the IPOB issue in the southeast. None of these problems are military. The military did not bring banditry. Neither did it bring Boko Haram or that. This is all as a result of corruption and bad governance. Politicians brought this mess, and the military is brought in to clean up after their mess. And the military is thinking they are going to solve this problem because the past president, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, thought and looked at banditry just in the prism of military. I've said it time and time again, there's a role for the military. There is not going to be a military solution to any of these three conflicts, because in the history of warfare, nowhere have conflicts like this been won on the battlefield. And they're saying no dialogue, no dialogue. Whoever says that doesn't know what he's talking about. Dialogue is a legitimate tool of warfare everywhere in the world. You must dialogue. Currently, as we speak, the governor of Borno State last week said there are over 160,000 Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram. They didn't come because you go killing. By dialoguing and getting them, you have done one thing and you've gotten them off of the battlefield. And you must solve this problem. The military, Nigerian military, is spread all across 36 states. Does not have the capacity, we know, doesn't have people on the ground. We've been to 9 forests, there's not a single soldier in our forest. They are dropping ordnance thinking they won this war, they win this war by dropping ordnances. No. We need to back up. There's a role for the military. There's not going to be a military solution. It's a whole community approach. Everybody must be involved. The current leadership of the military, their body language and what they are talking about, they are being hawkish. There's a reason. They are rattling the cage for more money. Well, guess what? They've gotten more money. The little budget we have, they have the lion's share.
All right, welcome back. Professor Usman Yusuf there. I love his analysis. He's very truthful. Over time, he has been one of the most sincere clerics that have emerged, or one of the most sincere scholars, let me say, that have emerged from the north in a very, very long while now. He's so sincere, and I always take what he says to be the best opinion, because at this time around, only a true Muslim or a true practitioner of Islam would be able to fault the Muslim ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. Lots of people from these religions don't see anything wrong with the emergence of the two Muslims as president and vice president respectively. Only a true Muslim who is actually conscious of political governance, all right, and the consequences it has to have, or the consequences of religion on politics in Nigeria, all right. Such people have to be applauded. Thank you so much for staying this far. Please like, share our videos. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. If you're watching me for the first time, please tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you will get to see me promptly when I drop a new update. Wouldn't you love that? Please do this so we could serve you better. See you next time. Bye.